So the Leigh Wood Mauricio Lara fight has been belatedly rescheduled for February 18th. Now, the original date for this fight was so long ago that a lot of people have actually forgotten that it was ever scheduled in the first place. But oh yeah, Wood was supposed to fight Lara last year, but Wood pulled out with an injury. Supposedly, because I know a lot of you guys didn't believe it. I don't know whether Wood had a genuine injury or not, but I know a lot of boxing fans didn't buy it. And of course, we all know that there are fighters who fake injuries to get out of fights for various different reasons. So it's been rescheduled. It's going to be on DAZN February 18th. I hope Leigh Wood doesn't pull out again. And I think it is a fair question to ask, because I asked this in a poll that I did in the community section on my channel. I asked, will Leigh Wood pull out again? And there's a lot of people, I mean, a substantial percentage of the voters feel like Leigh Wood will pull out again. We will see. I certainly hope not. Now, people are expecting this to be a slugfest. Both guys are punchers. Mauricio Lara is the more dynamic of the two. He has the better hand speed for my money. He's the more explosive. Leigh Wood is a more basic fighter, but he is strong. He can punch. He's got tremendous heart, as we saw in that Michael Conlan fight. And he will keep pushing and pushing and pushing against all odds until he gets what he's looking for, right? Which is a knockout win. And Leigh Wood has improved under Ben Davison. This is something I have to say. He's still with Ben Davison, isn't he? Or has he also left Davison? But there are some people who don't want to give Ben Davison the credit for getting Leigh Wood to where he is. Because prior to this, Leigh Wood was losing to, who was it now? Jazza Dickens and people like that, prior to hooking up with Ben Davison. So, yeah, if you're going to blame Ben Davison for the failure of some of his fighters, you also have to credit him with a success for other fighters, like Leigh Wood. Great example. He has come on leaps and bounds under Ben Davison. Now, people say he was getting schooled in the Michael Conlan fight. Well, yeah, he was getting schooled, but you can't turn a Leigh Wood into a supreme boxer. That's not going to happen. He doesn't have the natural ability necessary. He is what he is. He's a fairly rudimentary fighter. All you can really hope to do is tighten him up a bit here and there, teach him some things, make him better at doing what he does well already. This is all you can really hope to do with a limited fighter like Leigh Wood. And Ben Davison has done a good job in doing that, of taking what he has, which is a tough guy who can punch, who doesn't have the greatest reflexes, who isn't the fastest, isn't the most talented, but making the most out of what he has. Ben Davison's done a good job. He deserves credit for that. Yeah, it's amazing the way people have this double standard where they only criticize a guy for, I'm talking about trainers here, when their fighter is doing bad, but when they have a fighter who they manage to improve the fortunes of, there's no credit given. It's like, come on. You can't do that. Anyway, Leigh Wood against Mauricio Lara, February 18th. I, for one, fully expect Mauricio Lara to win this fight. Is it possible that Leigh Wood could win? Yes, Lara's already lost fights, right? But I think Lara is just too dynamic. The punches come in so fast, the looping shots, he's hyper aggressive. And I think he hits harder than Leigh Wood. Leigh Wood got flattened by Michael Conlan in the first round. If he thought that was a shocking punch, as he's laying on his back, well, he ain't seen nothing till he experiences Mauricio Lara's shots, because they come in fast and at crazy angles with tremendous power behind them. So it's going to be interesting to see what game plan Leigh Wood tries to come with. Will he attempt to box a little bit? Will he try to walk Mauricio Lara onto shots, or will he attempt to meet fire with fire? Sometimes when you're up against a fighter who is just so much faster than you and he's aggressive and he's used to backing people down with the aggression and power, sometimes it's actually better to go inside the eye of the storm. Like Evander Holyfield when he fought Mike Tyson. Conventional wisdom against Mike Tyson, I mean, obviously by this point Tyson had already lost to Buster Douglas, but still, this conventional wisdom at the time said that to beat Tyson, you've got to stay away from him and jab him. Holyfield realized that that was not a good idea because at 6'2.5", Holyfield, and 34 with lots of miles on the clock, Holyfield didn't have the youth, the energy, the legs at that stage of his career to be able to just do a Muhammad Ali impression and stay away from Tyson. And he didn't have that. He realized that it was actually more logical and actually safer to go inside the eye of the storm and push the pressure fighter back. Just tuck up real tight. Make sure that defense is absolutely, ironclad. And get inside the eye of the storm and push the guy back who's used to coming forward, the guy who can't fight on his back foot. Now, Lara's probably better on his back foot than Mike Tyson. Not as good on his front foot, of course, as Tyson, but who is? But still good enough. So, yeah, maybe that will be an option for Leigh Wood to just get inside the eye of the storm, push Lara back. But it's risky, of course. Real risky. The thing that Leigh Wood doesn't have, well, he doesn't have many things that Holyfield had. I described Holyfield going inside the eye of the storm against Tyson, even though Holyfield wasn't as fast or explosive as Tyson at that stage. He was technically very good. Holyfield was a great counterpuncher. His form was fantastic. Holyfield had great balance. He had a great punch repertoire. He was a tremendous combination puncher, Evander Holyfield. If you want to go look at impressive heavyweight combination punchers, Holyfield has to be on the short list. He was a fantastic combination puncher. I mean, even though it wasn't his most impressive performance because of the fact he got dropped by a guy who's really a journeyman, the Burt Cooper fight was one of the greatest displays from Evander Holyfield of combination punching. The combos he threw in the Burt Cooper fight were crazy. They were so creative, putting the shots together at 4, 5, 6, 7 shots at a time. Amazing to watch. Yeah, Leigh Wood doesn't have that kind of thing. He doesn't have the combination punching ability. He doesn't have the counter punching ability of a Holyfield. But again, he's not facing a Mike Tyson. So we'll see. Interesting fight. I'm picking Lara by knockout or stoppage. Let me know who you're picking in the comments below. Let's hope it goes ahead.